Let us close the eyes for a moment. We will pray to God and Masters. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May God protect us all. May we enjoy food together. May we meditate and pray together. May we attain wisdom through our study and discussion. May there be no conflict among us. May there be peace everywhere. Om. Amen. I bow to one formless, omnipresent God. I bow to all the saints and sages of all times and places. I bow to lineage of Kriya Yoga masters, feeling presence of divinity in each one of you. I bow to you all. Good morning from Homestead Miami Ashram. Yesterday, I received a message from a friend where he was telling that a person had commented that God is punishing us with this pandemic coronavirus problem. Let me tell you that God is loving and compassionate. God is cosmic power who never punishes or rewards anyone. It is our wrong actions that cause us all troubles. We have created our own problems, and now we are running away from our responsibility by blaming others, even God. In Sankhya philosophy, God is called Purusha and his creative power is called Prakriti, the nature. God has given us this entire world to live peacefully in harmony with everything he has created for us. And what did we do? We have been exploiting the Mother Earth, destroying its beauty for our greed and selfish interest. In this creation, if you see a tiger, it kills other animal only when it is hungry because it cannot eat grass. Except three creatures like ants, mouse, and honeybee. No other animal accumulates food for more than required. But man's hunger for power and wealth is never satisfied. We have destroyed forest and forced animals to leave their natural home, and even we have encaged them, putting them in zoo, putting them in cages. We have killed them for our taste. Now I'm watching some video clips these days sent by my friends where various wild animals are freely roaming on the roads and streets because we are now confined in our homes and they are free. Surely these animals must be laughing while enjoying their freedom. Another thing, I got a beautiful uh, picture I'll share with you. It shows that what is the change with this situation. In a positive way, if we see, It's all cosmic. It is all a cosmic plan. So this is our topic today. You see, my friend saying this, that one side we, the human beings, and how is the coronavirus and earth, and other side animals, they are joyful. So this is the two sides of a story. Now if we see, we are facing this difficult time, not to be intimidated that a minute virus which is invisible by our naked eyes has brought humans on his knees. It has shown us how insignificant we are. We have nuclear power, we cannot do anything. But this is just a warning by Mother Nature to change the course of our life. So, nature is teaching us not to be arrogant and boastful. And now we need to become more humble, more loving, to live in harmony with everything, with nature. Once a Jain Muni, I'll share another beautiful story. It's very small story about a Jain Muni. Once a Jain Muni, he saw a lizard, and this lizard was hanging upside down. So he asked, "What is your problem?" And lizard said, "Nothing. I'm just holding this roof, because if I'm not holding, this roof will fall down." It's just a two lines story, but it has a great message. Many of us are also like that lizard, or I would say that we are that lizard who think that even if we move a millimeter from our place, this roof will fall down. So the lizard is none but we, who are living in this delusion and always say the family, the organization, or the business, etc., are running because I am holding it. Otherwise, it would collapse. If I'm not there, everything would collapse. Now you see, you are staying home and nothing is collapsed. Why this calamity has happened is not the topic of debate. It is all part of a cosmic plan. And with this, we need to learn a big lesson. We make our plans in day-to-day lives. Like this year, we had planned global celebration for Paramahansa Yogananda ji, but some of our programs had to be cancelled because of the current situation. It is said that when our plan and God's plan match, then only things will happen. We really don't understand God's plan, who takes care of every single creature in this universe. Let me share a story with you about this God's plan. Once in South India, there was a sweeper, and it's very well known temple of Lord Krishna. So the sweeper was very sincere and devoted. Every time he saw thousands of devotees coming to take darshan or vision of Lord to temple, he thought that Lord is standing all the time giving darshan, and he must be feeling very tired. So one day, very innocently, he asked the Lord whether he can take the place of the Lord for a day, so that Lord can have some relief and rest. The deity in the temple replied, "I don't mind taking a break. Okay, I will transform you like myself. But you must do one thing. You must just stand like me, smile at everyone, and just give blessings. Do not interfere with anything and do not say anything. Remember, you are the deity and you just have faith that I have a master plan for everything." The sweeper agreed to this. The next day, the sweeper took the position of the deity, and a rich man came and prayed to the Lord. The rich man offered a nice donation and prayed that his business should be prosperous. While going, rich man was little careless and he left his wallet full of money right there. Now, the sweeper in the form of deity could not call him, and so he decided to control himself and keep quiet. And just then, a poor man came. He put one coin in the donation box and said that it was all he could afford, and he prayed to Lord that he should continue to be engaged in the Lord's service. He also said that his family was in a dire need of some basic needs, but he left it to the good hands of the Lord to give some solution. When he opened his eyes after the prayer, he saw the wallet left by the rich man. The poor man thanked the Lord for his kindness and took the wallet very innocently. Now, the sweeper in the form of deity could not say anything, and he had to just keep smiling. Now, at that point, a sailor walked in. The sailor prayed for his safe journey as he was going on a long trip. And just then, the rich man came back with the police and said that somebody has stolen his wallet. And seeing the sailor there, he asked the police to arrest him, thinking that he might have taken it. Now, the sweeper in the form of deity wanted to say that the sailor is not the thief, and he could not say, and he was greatly frustrated. The sailor looked at the Lord and asked, Why? Why he, an innocent person, is being punished? The rich man looked at the Lord and thanked him for finding the thief. The sweeper in deity form could no more tolerate, and he thought that even if the real Lord had been there, he would have definitely interfered, and hence he started speaking. And he said that the sailor is not the thief, but it was the poor man who took away the wallet. The rich man was very thankful, as also the sailor. Now, in the night, the real Lord came and he asked the sweeper, So, how was the day? The sweeper said, I thought it would be very easy for you, but now I know that your days are not easy. But I did one good thing. Then sweeper explained the whole episode to the Lord. The Lord became very upset on hearing this, whereas the sweeper thought the Lord would appreciate him for the good deed he has done. Lord asked him, Why did you not just stick to the plan? You had no faith in me? Do you think that I do not understand the hearts of all those who come here? All the donation which the rich man gave was all stolen money, and it is only a fraction of what he really has. And he wants me to reciprocate unlimitedly. And the single coin offered by the poor man was the last coin he was having, and he gave it to me out of faith. The sailor might not have done anything wrong, but if the sailor were to go in the ship that night, he was about to die because of bad weather, and instead, if he is arrested, he would be in the jail and he would have been saved from a greater calamity. The wallet should go to the poor man because he will use it in my service, in service of God. I was going to reduce the rich man's karma also by doing this and save the seller also. But you have cancelled everything because you thought you know my plans and you made your own plans. God has plans and justice for everyone. We just have to have patience. So there is no need to blame God. There is no need to blame others. We need to focus on what we are supposed to do, what is our duty, our responsibility. Even in this difficult time, instead of cursing some people for their wrong action, instead of blaming them, we need to pray for everybody and we need to follow all the guidelines which the local government has given us. We need to follow all the duties as a human being and we need to change our life because we really don't know what is God's plan. Do you think that one who has sent us in this world does not know anything or he will not care for us? God has given milk in mother's breast when a newborn baby is there. So God knows each and everything and it is his plan. Let us help God in his plan, not making our own plans and our own ideas, our own mind. As so far as I remember, whenever I tried to apply my own mind, I was wrong. And whenever I just followed my master, it was always right. However, I'll tell you another beautiful story. One day, a young new monk was walking with a senior elderly monk in the garden. This young monk was feeling a little bit insecure, because many of us have left our job, our family, and suddenly when you come, there is insecurity. What will happen? Because you don't have money, you don't know what is going to happen. With me, there was no problem because I was prepared for 20 years ago before I joined the ashram. So this young monk was feeling a bit insecure. So he was inquiring of him about what God had for him to do. Like sometimes people join the ashram and then they ask that, what should I do here? Or what do you think that Guruji has planned for me? However, so the older monk walked up to a rose bush and handed the young monk a rosebud, small rosebud, and told him to open it without tearing off any petal. The young monk looked in disbelief at his senior and was trying to figure out what a rosebud could possibly have to do with his question. Now, because of his high respect for the older monk, he proceeded to try to unfold the rose while keeping every petal intact. It wasn't long before he realized how impossible it was to do so. Noticing the younger monk's inability to unfold the rosebud while keeping it intact, the older monk began to recite a poem. So it is a very nice poem. Let me share it with you. The poem which the older monk told, it is, it is only a tiny rosebud. It is only a tiny rosebud, a flower of God's design, but I cannot unfold the petals with these clumsy hands of mine. The secret of unfolding flowers is not known to such as I, God opens this flower so sweetly when in my hands they fade and die. If I cannot unfold a rosebud, this flower of God's design, then how can I think I have wisdom to unfold this life of mine? So I will trust her for her leading each moment of every day. I will look to her for her guidance each step of this grace filled way. So here God is feminine, like for Ramakrishna Paramhans, for Paramhans Yogananji and our Gurudev, Mother Kali was presiding deity. So I will trust her, means God, for her leading each moment of every day. I will look to her for her guidance each step of this grace filled way. The pathway that lies before me, only she truly knows. I will trust her to unfold the moments just as she unfolds the rose. I like this story and this poem very much, so I thought I would share it with you. God has plans for everyone, and God is taking care of us. Have faith, have this firm belief that this is a temporary situation. In the past, also, many epidemics have come in life of human beings and it has gone. We always have come out of those distressful situations. We have overcome them. And this situation also, we can become victorious. We will defeat Corona. We'll defeat it and we will be, because we are warriors. So instead of looking at negative things, instead of listening to negative comments, let us focus on some positive things. Let us think positive. Let us do some positive and creative actions, as I said yesterday, to help others. Let us put our all energy in meditation. Let us put our efforts to make this creation better and better and learn the lesson from such situations. Now, what we learn from this situation? Of course, it is difficult. We never imagined it before, but it is here. It is also part of a cosmic plan. Nature wants to teach us. God wants to teach us there is something wrong in our action. We need to rectify our mistakes. We need to change the course of our life. So, what do we learn? We learn, if there are few lessons we need to contemplate. What are the lessons? First lesson from this situation: instead of destroying, I will preserve the mother nature. Instead of cutting trees, I will plant more trees. I will not kill any animal unnecessary. And this is the practice of ahimsa, or non-violence, from Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, even in Bhagavad Gita. I will not kill anyone, any animal unnecessary. It also includes that I will not harm any creature, including human beings, my fellow beings, unnecessarily, with my words, with my thoughts, with my actions. I will minimize my needs, which is called aparigraha, not to collect more than what we require. It is also from Yoga Sutra Patanjali, the value which we are supposed to follow. I will not waste natural resources like food and water. I will preserve them, conserve them. Food is God, even single grain should not be wasted, and food should never be condemned. In Taittiriya Upanishad, it is said, Annam na nindyat. I'll not waste a single drop of water. I will not pollute the forces of nature by burning unnecessary garbage, or I'll not pollute the rivers by putting garbage, trash, plastics. I will not neglect my family and loved ones. This is more important because we always complain we don't have time, we cannot pay attention, we don't give much time to our elderly people. So they should not feel lonely. And this is the time when we can show our affection, our care for them, and we can make our bond of love in our own family and loved ones more stronger bond. And the most important duty, I will meditate regularly. When there was work, we missed our meditation sometimes. But in this time when we are isolated, we are locked down, we are staying home. There's nothing much to go out, and we have plenty of time to meditate. So once we develop this habit of regularly meditating at home, let it continue. So I'll not neglect that. So these are the lessons this situation has given us, and we need to focus. We need to always remember that God is always with us to take care. God is like mother, God is like our father. They know better, so let us become a good help in and good instrument in the hands of God. Guruji says that, and also Gurudev always emphasized that we all are humans, but we are not just human. We are human being in God and God in human beings. So what does it mean? That each one of us potentially divine, and we can make this creation better creation. Let us live in harmony instead of destroying. Even with the negative thoughts, we destroy a lot. When we think about other people in a negative way, we are releasing that negative energy. And what we need to do instead of that, we need to meditate. And during meditation, we are sending positive vibration in this cosmos, and the same energy will return to us. So this is a time when everybody is worried, anxious, and every day we see the number of death is increasing. Yes, it is increasing, but we need to be patient. We have to keep patience. We have to remain in prayerful, and we need to do what best we can offer. I'm so happy that after yesterday's class, I received one comment immediately when I told that we can still help others in our own capacity. So one disciple has written that she has been making some homemade masks, good quality masks, and she is supplying to the local people. So in many ways we can help others, we can do our best. So remember, God has sent us and God is testing us in this difficult time, but God is also watching us, God is within us, and there's no need to be panicked, there's no need to be worried about things. Everything will become all right. Only thing, we need to follow our own responsibilities, our duties. We should not run away from that or just become an observer, not doing. We can contribute a lot in many positive ways. So think about it, meditate nicely every day, and pray. We also have started now, since yesterday, some devotional songs. So we'll continue it. And these songs, when we sing with love, it opens up our heart. It instills the feeling of love and devotion. So let us join hands again, meditate, pray together. We will all come out as winners. Thank you all. I'm thankful to all of you and for this opportunity to talk to you. And tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'll see you in devotional songs class at 11 a.m. EST. So once again, I'm praying to God and Masters for everyone. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all become happy and healthy, loving, noble, and kind. Let there be no suffering or sorrow. Let there be no disease. Let there be more love, peace, and harmony among us and in this whole creation. May the blessings of God and Masters be upon us all. Om. Amen. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.